G'day guys, Aaron here from Melbourne Muscular Therapies. Today I'm going to be taking you through one of the major components of our neuromuscular facilitated power training program. The exercise that I'm going to show you is our foundational deadlift. It's a really important exercise and great at strengthening the posterior chain, in particular increasing strength in the glute and hamstring complex, which we find weakness in a lot of our clients. The exercise is fantastic, getting rid of a lot of pain and dysfunction within the body, in particular relating to lower back, hip pain and pelvic pain. This is an exercise that has a lot of negative stigma within gyms, just for the fact that when done incorrectly can cause pain. We're pretty happy at Melbourne Muscular Therapies that we've come up with a type of deadlift that is fantastic at decreasing pain and increasing function within the human body. So I'm going to quickly run through how we actually go about doing this exercise. All our training at Melbourne Muscular Therapies is done barefoot to increase ankle proprioception and just getting ourselves back into a natural state before exercising. So with the deadlifts, I'm just going to run you through a really easy way to actually get started and get in the right position. So what we want to do is make sure that our feet are completely parallel and under our hips. Okay, that's why we're setting the foundations. That's why we call it the foundational deadlift, because we're setting the foundations joint by joint. So our feet are going to be really parallel under our hips. The position that we want to get into is one where we're almost going to be diving into a pool like this. So we're not going to be going down into a squat. What we want to do is hinge at the hips. So we're going to be pushing our butt back towards the wall behind us, letting our knees bend but not forward. So the position we want to get into is one where we're hinging at the hips, pushing our butt back towards the wall, and going to be in this position like we're almost going to dive into a pool. What you're looking at using a mirror is keeping your lower legs completely straight and having your back relatively parallel with the ground whilst keeping a neutral spine. From this position, when we're happy with it using a mirror, our grip is going to be a two-hand over grip just next to our legs. And once in that position, we're going to engage with the bar, meaning pick up the slack in the bar. Before lifting, we're going to make sure that our pelvic floor, our core, and our glutes are switched on. Once switched on, we're going to make sure everything's switched on and then lifting up, making sure our hips are getting into extension as quick as possible, engaging the glutes and pinching everything together. The one thing you want to really focus on not doing is going into too much lumbar hyperextension. You'll see people all the time doing deadlifts, coming into this position, getting into hip extension, and then they'll go into this lumbar hyperextension, which is going to cause things like disc issues, facet irritation, and can increase dysfunction. Once in the top upright position here, a lot of times people new to deadlifts will want to do this. They'll want to get their knees going and sit down into a squat, which is what we don't want to do. Once in this upright position, we must return to the same position we were at the start. So we want to push our butt back at the wall, glide the bar down our legs, literally touching our quads and the front of our shin the entire time, back into that original position, keeping a neutral spine. So basically, I'm going to show you that in full, a bit about what we do. So, with the bar here, you're going to go parallel feet, shins touching the bar. We're going to get back into that diving position again, lower legs completely straight, back relatively parallel with the ground. Two-hand over grip, making sure our feet are in position. From this position, when we're pretty happy with it, we're going to engage our pelvic floor, our core and our glutes, engage the bar, and then standing up into hip extension, avoiding this lumbar hyperextension. From here, we're going to push our butt back towards the wall behind us, engage our lats, keeping a neutral spine, and returning to that original position. So, if you want to learn more about our foundational deadlift or other power training programs you run here at Melbourne Muscular Therapies, please book online at www.musculartherapy.com.au. Thank you.